First half, we did a really good job defensively and held them down to 6 field goals. We gave them an uphill pass for a layup, or it would have been 5. But I was really proud of our defense early. And the second half, we wanted to win the second half. We did that by 4. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, but were able to make enough shots and defend well enough to win the basketball game. They've got a good team, and they're hard to play. So we're excited to win this game and advance to the second round.
Thank you, Coach. This time we'll take questions for the student athletes only. Please wait for the microphone and identify yourself by name and media outlet. Go ahead and raise your hand if you have a question right here in the middle.
Justin, what does it mean to you to have the performance that you did today, especially considering, you know, everything that you've gone through all season and the role that you kind of readily accepted?
It's just a real confidence boost for me. I've been battling injuries for about a month and a half, but just staying ready, and Coach Marlin and my teammates having confidence in me and keeping faith and just doing what I do and just accepting roles and just trying to win. That's all it is. We're just trying to win, and whatever I have to do for the team to win, I'll do it. And that's just the attitude I've had all season about it. So that's all it is. Trusting God's plan.
Further questions? Up here to the front.
Frank, you guys in the regular season finale struggled from the three-point range, but today you guys were just lighting it up. What was the difference? Was it just that, you know, you guys got some of those early shots to fall and it just kind of became contagious with you guys, or what was it?
I think we still shot the same shots. We shot a lot of threes last time, and we shot a lot of threes today. I think our focus was there from the jump. Maybe the loss we had on senior night was a big wake-up call that we needed. I'd rather lose any game at home than lose the first round of the tournament. So we came out hungry, and everybody stepped up. I mean, Jakeem was out, and the guy Justin stepped up and hit a couple threes, and Jarikas Davis came off the bench and played really well for us, and we're going to need that moving forward.
Again, back to the middle.
Frank, well, first of all, as far as the bench goes, you know, what can you say about those guys? And, you know, and then Justin, how big is what the role that he's taken on? How big is that kind of proven out for you guys?
It's a great thing to have when you got a big time scorer to come off the bench. And, you know, Justin started for us last year, and he kind of took the role to come off the bench. And he still has the same attitude to come in and make plays and score the ball for us. And said is a shooter, and PJ's a shooter, and JD's a shooter. I mean, so we got a well-balanced team, and everybody can step up in any given game. And tonight we had everybody, and like I said, we're gonna need it from from here on out.
Any further questions for the student athletes? Back, go ahead.
Justin, we talked about this a little bit late last season. What would it mean to you to take care of business in this thing and then get to the NCAA tournament, especially being from Kentucky like you are?
It'd mean the world to me. You know, all my life I wanted to get to the NCAA tournament and showcase my skills, and I know all my teammates want to do the same, and Coach Marlin. I feel like we've worked really hard since going back to Cuba and just really putting in a lot of time and effort into all this. And this weekend is really just a testimony of what we've been doing all season and all year. So I think we're getting there, but we're not there yet. So
we have one more from the back right.
Ron Snyder, KAD, and for you, Frank, what did you guys do when you had that 21-7 run to start the game, when you went in the huddle to maintain that same killer instinct to finish the rest of the game off?
You know, we stayed focused. Coach told us to stay focused, keep guarding, and everything is going to take care of itself. Guys came in, made plays, and I think defensively we were locked in for the most part. In the second half, we traded buckets, but for the most part we stayed locked in defensively, and that carried over for the whole game.
Thank you very much, Frank and Justin. You guys can head back to the locker room.
All right, thank you.
Well, hold on. We have one more question from Mike on the right.
Mike Strong, the Advocate newspaper. You guys have probably been asked, but since I'm not privy to those quotes, what's the players feeling? Do you feel like you guys have to win this tournament to get to the NC2A?
I mean, that's the goal. We want to win the tournament. We don't want to have to leave it up to Lenardi or anybody else that makes a decision. But yeah, we had the chip on our shoulder. We didn't win it last year. We want to win it this year. We were regular season champs. We want to win a tournament championship and create our own destiny.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank
We'll
you.
go ahead to questions for Coach Marlin at this time. Once again, wait for the microphone and identify yourself by name and media outlet.
Good job, guys.
Questions? We'll go back to we'll start with the middle, second row, and then we'll rotate it right up around here.
What can you give to your bench beyond like a whole lot of thank yous? Because obviously they were instrumental, especially in what happened in the first half there.
Well, we feel like we've got the deepest bench in the league, and we knew that we would need him. Jakeenan has been under the weather the last couple of days and couldn't go. And we had guys step up. It's pretty impressive that you don't have the Defensive Player of the Year or the Newcomer of the Year out there on the court and still win a game by 26 points. But that's a compliment to our bench, and our guys 1 through 15. They work hard. Jarikas has gotten better. He's had a great game at South Alabama a couple of weeks ago. PJ's had some good games. Lorenz has given us some minutes. Of course, Cedric can shoot the ball. Justin started 30 games as a freshman, and he continues to work. And I thought the three-point shot he hit when he leaned in and tried to draw the foul in the first half really gave us some momentum and pushed it forward for us. So we have a lot of faith in our bench. We can play big. We can play small. We're versatile, and we're going to need that in the rest of the tournament. That's what I just told the guys.
Right here to the middle.
Coach, talk a little bit about, obviously you mentioned Justin has been talked about how he was a starter for you last season and did a lot of kind of the dirty work for you, and he's out there shooting threes. Did you just give him the green light today? If he has the open shot, take it, and that seemed to kind of not only ignite him but also the offense.
Well, he has a green light. I've always liked my big guys to step out and shoot threes because I feel like post players are lazy defensively at times, and I'd rather have an open three from a guy like Sean Long that made 100 for me, or Justin than a contested one with a really good player. But I have confidence in him that he can step out and shoot the three. It was a really a good effort by him, and he just got it going. When he makes one, then he's going to look to get another one. He can score in a hurry. He had 11 points at halftime in, 12 minutes? So point a minute. Jarikas had 18 and like 12 minutes at Mobile in the first half a couple of weeks ago.
Coach, if you will indulge me, I'd have a similar question to what I asked Frank. I know you've been asked before the tournament, but since you played a game, you're back on track. You feel like you guys have to win this tournament to get to the NC2As, or what do you feel?
That's all we're focused on. We can't control any of that. We've had the most wins in our school's history. We've got a really good basketball team, and are we deserving? Certainly, I think so, but it's not my call, and we need to win this tournament. I think having the tournament so late and being over on Sunday doesn't help in that regard, but we're trying to win the basketball tournament.
A question from the third row.
Yeah, Bob, Mitch Holtis with ESPN. How much improved are you guys defensively from a year ago? And when you're playing defense, how much more does that give you a chance to win a tournament if you're not shooting it?
It certainly is our number one focus, defense and rebounding. We've been a really good rebounding team the last couple of years, and we're nationally ranked there. And if we can score the basketball, that's not an issue either. But defense has been big for us. We started off conference at Little Rock, had a great defensive effort, went to A-State. We're just okay. We came home and played App State and really were good. And we played Monroe at home, and we really locked them down as well. And we got confidence, and the guys built off that. They've heard me preach it, and we're so much better defensively. Jakeenan Gant leads the league in block shots. He's Defensive Player of the Year in the league, and his athleticism has made a good team great.
Got a question from the back right.
Ron Snyder, News 15. Coach Marlin, how would you compare this to some of your other great offensive performances from this season?
Good question. We had a great game. In fact, we were 14 for 25 from three at San Marcos. Today we're 14 for 27. So we shot the ball similar in the game against Texas State back in middle of January. That was a really good offensive game. We've had some other games where we've been really good. I was concerned, and I told the staff this coming into this game, we just struggled on senior day against Little Rock, and we could never get in a rhythm. And Frank hits a three against our zone to tie the game at 23-all going into the half. And I was concerned at this game. I've played Coach Casper many times and won a bunch of games with him in the 50s. And when the score was 3-2 at about the 16-minute mark, and we'd missed 2 layups and thrown 2 passes away, I'm like, oh no, here it comes. But we got a couple in, and we got that first initial run, and then we continued to shoot the ball with confidence. But we're an explosive team, and I was glad to see us come back and make shots after we struggled a little bit on senior day.
We have time for one more right here in the middle.
Coach, Stroman's line, maybe arguably quietly, had 10 points, 8 assists, 3 steals, and he's 5 of 7. How instrumental is he to everything?
The nicest thing about that, Tim, was I was able to rest he and Bryce. We had no one play 30 minutes tonight, and the assistants were wanting me to put him back in at one point in the second half at about 8 minutes. They said wait till 4, and I wanted to let PJ play through a couple of mistakes. We're going to need him and Cedric. They need the experience, but Marcus is a key. I mean, he drives the bus for us. The guy led the league in assists and steals, and he's not all conference. But we told him, don't worry about that, and he doesn't care. It's just like when you've seen us at home, Tim, everybody scores but him, and he's happy because he loves to get assists. But he's so important to what we do, and I love him to death as a point guard. He was good defensively tonight. He had some big steals, and he drove the ball and shot the ball. He usually gets to the basket and passes and turns down shots. So I told him in the locker room, hey, double figures, you know, you got 7 shots off. You got to score to get double. You got to shoot to score. So, but he's a big key to what we're doing, and he'll have his hands full tomorrow in the next game, I'm sure.